So we have 31 participants, including myself as well as a smart board. So then around 29 students, but of course we have more than 100 students in this semester. Anyway, let's start our discussion. First, giving the very quickly idea regarding the course module. So then we'll come to again, third year first semester. So I hope I don't want to give any introduction about myself, since I have lectured in subject like business finance. Sometimes some of you I lectured the financial accounting as well. Basically, I did the financial accounting, and then for some students I did the bio as well. So therefore, so I don't want to give a brief introduction about myself. You all know about myself, but there are some exception students coming from the HDBA and all. So if I introduce myself in briefly, I'm Sri Lanka, working at National Department of Accounting and Applied Accounting and Management, campus, and permanent lecturer at campus. Other than that one, right, for this module, we have two lectures. So one is some of the lectures are done by myself. So I gave the introduction, as you all can see. So I'm Suri. So the qualifications and all are there. Most important thing is contact details. My contact details are available in LMS. So you can, if you have any questions regarding the research methodology, you can deal with me via this mobile number. This is my personal mobile number, as well as the email address is there. If you want to have any discussion or any information regarding the research methodology, you can directly reach me via this module, via these two methods. And then if you want to search about research publication on myself, so you can go to this the Google Scholar as well as ResearchGate to account, and then you can view our publication as well. So the other side, so we have a chartered accountant, Dr. Roshan Jayantha. So he is a fellow member, as well as he's having a Doctor of Philosophy in Swiss University of Management and Science, senior lecturer at Oxford College of Business, and he's a special educator in financial strategy. In this time, we have a combined lectures for the research methodology subject, also to have a get exposed in the industry as well. So then he is expert, as well as he's a doctorate fellow member. So therefore, you can also have the discussion with Sir, Dr. Roshan Jayantha, regarding the research, because he also did some part of the research methodology, some of the core modules, such as research designing, the research problem identification, and then conceptualization and operationalization, like those. So he also discussing those basic concepts regarding research during 5 weeks time period. So then you can also reach this Dr. Roshan Jayantha via these two methods. This number is his personal number, as well as via this email address, right? He also very familiar. He also actually very the collaborative lecturer for the students. So then you can also you can directly contact him as well regarding this module. Right. So giving a brief introduction now regarding the course. So we know this is a course subject which has 3 credits. Other subjects also, I hope there are 3 credits. And then title is research methodology, and then course code is BSAA 31033, right? Actually, the objective is to give a brief idea regarding research method, and then research activities, and then how to do the research, and then with the scientific knowledge, as well as with the research designs, how the student can do a research, right, in 4th year 2nd semester. The thing is, you have to remember, so for 3rd year 1st semester, while the research methodology subject, we are giving the theoretical knowledge for involved. Why this theoretical knowledge is important? Because you have in 4th year 2nd semester, you have a dissertation. To do a dissertation, you should properly learn those concepts in 3rd year 1st semester. That's why we are giving a how to, we are giving a brief idea regarding research methods, literature review, how to do a research, how to search information, how to collect the information, how you need to write the reports and how to do the referencing. All these things will be discussed under this post-module research methodology. So as you all know, our degree program, so I'm showing this one for almost most of the students when I'm starting my post module. As you all know, in Applied BSc Applied Accounting, we have 8 pillars, right? Reporting, assurance, business strategy, financial analysis, taxation, taxation and regulatory, general knowledge and the knowledge generation, and then the dissemination. That is what we need, right? For the research methodology, that's a pillar, knowledge generation and dissertation. Except that one, there are 2 other streams as well, internship and professional skills. So why I have included this one? So because now, if you go to the research methodology subject, research methodology subject is in the knowledge generation and dissemination subject pillar, right? So just now in 3rd year first semester, we are starting this research methodology module with the initiation or with the initiation of the knowledge generation and dissemination subject discipline. Just now, all except this subject, except this discipline as well as the internship, all other disciplines already started with the other subject. But research methodology discipline starting from the 3rd year first semester. Therefore, this is a good opportunity for you all when you have a plan regarding to have a medal and all. You can reach the highest mark in this discipline. So even you are a 3rd year student. That's it. Yes, Luca. Okay. Now, in knowledge generation and dissemination subject discipline, we have 3 subjects actually. Again, look at here. 3rd is first year, first semester, no. First year, first semester, no subject. First year, second semester, no. Second year, first semester, no. Second year, second semester, no. Starting from the 3rd year onwards, right? 3rd year onwards, we are starting this. This is the subject pillar, knowledge generation and dissemination. 3rd year, second semester. As a continuation, you have another subject, package-based data analysis or the business research project. 4th year, first semester, no any dissertation, no any research on the dissemination, the knowledge dissemination subject. But 4th year, second semester, you have a dissertation for 6 credits. Number of credits are 6. Research methodology, 3 credits, and then package base, 3 credits. Altogether, knowledge generation and dissemination, 12 credits. Overall, 12 credits for this discipline. So this is the most important part for you all. Why? Marking. Oh, the marks also important for us now, right? Even we are lecturing, even we are having a good practice, good understanding regarding the subject, we need the marks also because it's also impacting to the GPA, your highest GPA. So then most awaited one. So regarding research methodology, CA component is 50-50. That means 50 component for the CA, 50 marks for the CA, and then end semester 50 marks. How you can earn this 50 marks for the continuous assignments? You have two tasks. Right? Two tasks. First one, weekly activities. Right? This is a practical theory. Theories are there, right? No any practical, no any lab sessions and all, but you have to practice this. You have to work on this subject. Otherwise, you can't get the knowledge regarding this subject. That's the most important thing. So then you have to engage with the weekly activities. We have 5 weekly activities starting from the first week onwards. So then 5 into 2, you can have how many marks? You can have 10 marks, right? 10 marks. And then for the research proposal, right, we'll release the information on the respective weeks. If you want, if you need, we are ready to release the information before the deadline as well. Already I have uploaded the research proposal formats and the previous student samples based on the management approval for you to refer it and to have the subject, to have the idea regarding this subject, because this is having some sort of practical aspects as well, real world examples. So then you have to submit your research proposal on 12th or 13th week. So therefore, this we have given the due date as well. For that one, 40 marks, right? You can earn 10 marks for the portfolio activities, as well as you can earn 40 marks for your research proposal. Research proposal, 40 marks. So therefore, it's critical component. Right? Out of the 15, 40% is goes to the research proposal. So if you have a lower mark regarding that one, definitely your CA component will go down. So therefore, you have to concern on that one as well as a statistical. With that statistical approach, you earn the marks. The other one, final examination. So we will discuss a model paper, right? Definitely, and then time will give the information regarding the questions by myself as well as Dr. Roshan. So we'll discuss the questions one by one for the week by week, and then in semester you can earn 50 marks out of 100. You can earn whatever the marks, 70 or 80 or 90. Then it will be converted to 50, and altogether you can have 100 marks for this research methodology subject. Hope it is clear. Basic 3 things, 50-50. Second one, CA components. You have 5 weekly activities. Each carries 2 marks, then altogether 10 marks, and research proposal 40 marks. So the process of these assignments as well as the process of assignments, TA, continuous assignments, to dissertation. So as I told you, we have 5 portfolio activities. First is starting from the first week onwards. So then first week, first week, 4th week, and then 6th week, 11th week, and likewise we have 5 activities. You have to do the 5 activities. Once you practice these 5 activities only, you can have a good research proposal. So then you complete 5 activities, and then only you can complete the research proposal. The important is, I have highlighted here with the red color, this research proposal that you are submitting as a continuous assignment. Continuous assignment is to semester. This is for the 4th year, second semester dissertation. This research proposal that you are presenting in 3rd year, first semester is addressing your 4th year, second semester dissertation. This is the proposal for your dissertation. Then in the third year first semester, you are developing your research proposal for the dissertation. Once after you submit this research proposal as a continuous assignment at the end of the third year first semester, we are giving the marks for you, that's out of 14. And then fourth year, we are allocating research supervisors based on this research topic that you have submitted via your research proposal in third year first semester. Very important, right? Very important. Again, I'm telling that research proposal is the continuous assignment which carries a 40 marks, which should be submitted at the end of the third year first semester as your continuous assignment of the subject research methodology. Based on the research proposal that you submitted, we'll allocate the research supervisors for the dissertation subject in fourth year second semester, because the research supervisor should be expert in that area, your proposal area. So then it is critical for you all. It's not just submitting a proposal as the other subject. If you submit the proposal or if you do an assignment for the other subjects, you complete it, did it, no any continuations. But here it's different, totally different. You have to submit your research proposal. You have an effect on that one in fourth year, second semester. The critical component is sometimes you have submitted your research proposal on forensic accounting, but later on, third year, second semester, fourth year, first semester, you get to know that you have researched another articles and all, and you just submitted your research proposal as assignment. Just it. You didn't take any effort, you didn't search information, you submitted just a bit more. In fourth year, in third year, first semester as a research proposal. But later on, what happened? You get interested in the research methodology subject, and then you are searching, and then you identify a new topic. The issue is when we are allocating, in the sense in the management side, when they are allocating research proposal, they take your research, when they are allocating for the supervisors for the dissertation, they take the list of the research proposal topics. You have submitted research proposal in the financial accounting side, but now you want to do the forensic accounting, unfortunately. The issue is management don't know about that one. They can't consider the request made by the students time to time. That's why we have allocated some 15 weeks for the research methodology subject. So then they allocate the supervisors for the financial accounting, which is based on your research proposal topic. Research supervisor is now expert in the financial accounting side. Now, but what you want to do is now, later on, the forensic accounting. The issue is sometimes the supervisors might not be interested in the forensic accounting where you have been allocated that supervisor for the financial accounting side issues. Right? Can't tell because there is some administrative procedure, so therefore you have to consult on this research proposal as your continuous assignment. And the main thing is you have to work on that one, otherwise you can't complete it. Look at here, third step. We did the portfolio, or else we just did the activities and then submitted proposal. Supervisor allocation based on the topics that you submitted in third year first semester. Then fourth year, we are commencing the dissertation for the fourth year, second semester. Fourth year, second semester. Recent the Monday onwards, we are starting. We have started the fourth year, second semester for the index 16. Now, Monday onwards, we are starting the fourth dissertation for 16 intake students also, right? So, like that, they also submitted their proposal and their third year first semester, probably 2025 beginning or end of the 2024. So that's how it's continued with the other semester modules. This is also given in your LMS. updated in your LMS. The session plan. So we have 10 topics to discuss. Introduction to academic research. That means what do you mean by a research and all? And then research process we have to, and literature review until the 4th week. So after that we have to do the 2 activities during this 4 weeks time period. Then after problem identification 2, research design, Dr. Jayantha will do the sessions regarding these, the basic areas, problem definition, conceptualization, research design and all. After the 9th week, again 10th week onwards, with the proposal development, proposal discussions, until the data analysis. I will do the session during that 5 weeks or 6 weeks and then complete your portfolio activities 4 and 5. So this is our session plan. Most probably we are in line with the session plan. So then you can refer this one if you want regarding further clarification regarding how the topics we discussed during this 15 weeks. So research in the sense you have to read, as in myself, that's also the I do not always having a habit of reading, but you have to. That's also my opinion. So, but as a researcher, always you have to read, right? Otherwise, you can't do the research. So, for the recommended readings, we have given 3 recommended readings as per your curriculum. So, if you can download the PDF of these 3 the documents, please read those things. The soft copies or else PDF copies, freely downloaded copies will be available at the internet. So you can download those things. Yeah, that's it regarding the post introduction. Thank you very much regarding the post introduction identification. If you have any questions to them, you can ask now. Again, please download this one, take a print out, and then download this one, take a print out, and keep it with you regarding research methodology structure. Right. Any questions? We have a lot of students starting from 18 national, Vishal, and Vishal, Gilligan, girls name and Kamisha, hope these students was there. And the DD name weekend, and we have code study from coordinator Shehan Hassan, and then we have you. The girls came money. There should be, but we have it for our students. I don't know whether you are there or not. Anyway, the students take those will go there. Many days with the other thing, other things what this is. Anyway, can you tell me, you also merged in second year, second semester? Am I correct? No, right? This is the first combination. 18A weekday and with the 18A weekend. The Shah batch and then the Shehan's batch combination, and then with that 18C exception student as well. How many students? Around how many students now in this semester?
125.
125. So, but we have only 54 students now. What happened to them? Hope it is clear the introduction regarding the research methodology subject. Any questions to be asked? Activities spark කරන්න ඕනේ. Activities spark කරලා research proposal එක submit කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ research proposal එකේ area එක අනුව තමයි 4th year second semester research supports allocate වෙන්නේ. කිසිම විදිහකට submit කරාට පස්සේ research proposal එක 4th year එනකොට අපෝ research topic වෙනස් කරන්න බෑ. එතකොට ඔයා submit කරන proposal එකේ area එක අනුව ඔයා research supervisor කෙනෙක් හම්බ වෙනවා. ඒ research supervisor එක්ක 4th year second semester research method research dissertation එක කරගෙන යන්න තියෙන මාස 6ක් විතර. ඊට අමතරව 4th year second semester එකේදී ඔයාලට elective subjects දෙකක් තියෙනවා. There are 2 elective subjects in 3rd year second semester. I forgot that. 3rd year second semester you have 2 elective subjects. Package-based data analysis and then the business research project. Remember this one, those who are doing the 4th year second semester or 4th year, they have to do the package-based data analysis because I'm giving the practical or the theoretical exposure regarding your research, the research areas and research methodologies with Dr. Prashant. But the data analysis with the software, you will teach those things later on. For the research, you have to do a comprehensive data analysis. The comprehensive data analysis techniques will be taught by your package-based data analysis lecturer. So far, it has been conducted by the Professor Arjunat with the softwares, BSS, PLS, and SATA and SATA. So these are the softwares that you can use your research for the data handling. Even you have the first semester research methodology idea, if you do not have a data analysis techniques idea, you can't do the estimation. Therefore, those who are doing the 4th year, they have to definitely select the package-based data analysis subject. You have to do it practically with the professor, and then there might be a practical examination or theoretical examination. But there might be some students who wish to exit from the 3rd year second semester with the general degree. You all don't want to do a research, you want to do a 4th year. So then there might be some students who wish to exit with the general degree. That students, they can select either package-based or the business research project. Business research project. Why? They should not have the idea regarding package, the data analysis. They don't want to do a dissertation. They can select business research project, or else if you want to have idea regarding to have the knowledge regarding package base, you can do it but with the research post module lecture. But they have a good chance to initiate a small research with the research project. Both are having even research project subject as well as the package base is having the same amount of credits. No any changes. But research project, you have to do a mini case study. No any exams there. No any exams in the research projects. You just to do a research, mini case study, mini research based on the topics that you have submitted in 3rd year lessons. Then the deep thinking I will third year second semester elective subjects දෙකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ දෙකේ project එක තෝරගන්න පුළුවන් package based එක තෝරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒගොල්ලන්ට වැඩි chance එකක් දෙනවා project එකක් කරන්න. exams project එක. research methodology subject එකේ submit කරපු research proposal එක අනුව mini case study එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. fourth year එකට යනවා. අපි එකතු වෙලා research methodology ගැන practical exposure එකක් සහ ඔයාලට දෙන theoretical knowledge එකක්. හැබැයි අපි දෙන්නේ නෑ ඔයාලට data analysis techniques ගැන comprehensive discussion එකක් මේ module එකේ ඔයාලට හම්බුනේ. Comprehensive analysis techniques ගැන දැනගන්න තමයි package based data analysis module එකේ introduce කරලා තියෙන third year second semester. Now we have theoretical knowledge කරනවා third year first semester. Research methodology subject එකේ research කරන විදිය ගැන idea එකක් ගන්නවා. Data analysis technique එක කරන idea එකක් ගන්නවා third year second semester package based analysis today. Fourth year semester නාමයට නැහැ research methodology agent හැබැයි fourth year second semester submit කරපු proposal එකයි ඉගෙන ගත්ත third year second semester ඉගෙන ගත්ත data analysis techniques එකයි destination එක කරන්න පුළුවන්. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අපි recommend කරනවා. Fourth year second semester those who are doing fourth year they can do the package based data analysis and research කරගන්න ගොඩක් අමාරුයි. That's actually the process of research methodology discipline. Hope it is clear. We will go to the first lesson. Any questions? Ashwin, please download and save it. Commencement presentation before the general heading. Commencement presentation is there. All the details I did discuss have been mentioned in your LMS. I just prepared a presentation since I want to give an overall idea. We start the first lesson, introduction to the academic research, introduction to academic research. So my advice is, if you are taking down, the first advice is, if you are coming to the lecture, please bring the lecture material printed one. Now it's online lecture, so then we were unable to take the physical availability of your handouts. But when I'm starting the physical lectures, please bring the lecture material printed version. Then you can write something. That's how the student need to practice when they are getting elder or grow, when they are getting grown. So they have to practice this, the actual practice. Otherwise, we are telling something and then you are in another word. So then you can't identify what the lecturer is doing here. So therefore, please bring the hard copy of your lecture material for the lectures. That's the first advice. Second advice is check the LMS. Like check the LMS before the lecture. There might be some lecture materials which should be referred before the lecture. I will inform that week. So therefore, you have to get ready with the research methodology subject, refer the lecture, refer the LMS page. Those two instructions. Along with that, when you are making your own note, the instruction third one, keep the first page as a blank page. As a blank page, and then second page onwards, start your writing. Because first page is needed to draw the mind map of the session. I have drawn this mind map for this session. Because theoretical subject, no. So then when we finish the lecture, you can remember what you have discussed in this semester, what you have discussed in this lesson. So therefore, you need to draw their mind map. It should not be in the last page. It should be in the first page. So therefore, when you are starting the lecture notes, if you have CR groups and all, keep the first page as a blank page. At the end, I will draw the mind map, or else one by one, I will draw the mind map with you. Therefore, keep the first page as a blank page, draw the mind map, and then second page onwards, do the activities with me or make the notes on the second page onwards. පළවෙනි පිටුව ඉඳ කියන්න mind map එකක්. දෙවෙනි පිටුව ඉඳන් පටන් ගන්න ලියන්න. For every lesson. Okay, what we need to discuss in this lesson is, we have an idea regarding what is meant by the research. We don't know the research, but in the sense, lecturers sometimes know, but you don't know. This is a new subject, new discipline. That's why we are starting this subject in third year first semester. If we teach this subject in first year first semester, you can't understand it. If you teach in this subject in second year, you can't understand, because at that stage your knowledge level is different. But third year first semester, students develop these skills and their capacities to grab this subject. It's a scientific subject actually. A lot of new words are there. It's new actually, not like financial accounting. You touch the financial accounting in your O-level onwards. In some of the students might read the O-level commerce as well. So they love you touch those things in there. They will study in grade 10, 11 notes. Grade 11, 12, 13, and then did the O-level. Economics. You started with the business studies, that means basically the management, HR, marketing and all. You started this subject in those subjects in your A-level, accounting, costing, some of the financial account, the finance sides also, you have started those in your A-levels. And then with some other CMA or whatever, the ACCA, Chartered, CMA, CIPMA or whatever the professional courses, You touch the marketing, HR, financial accounting, costing, management accounting, and management accounting. All these you touch these subjects in the other professional or the educational qualification. But I hope up to this level or up to this stage, you didn't touch about research methodology subject. This is the first subject that you are going to learn during the academic or professional life. But assuming that sometimes there might be not like that, you learn that one. But in rare cases, so here we have 63 students. Out of the 63, in the sense there might be 60 students. At least 2-3 students might learn. Sometimes it also not possible. So then, by assuming you have never touched this course, we are lecturing you. That means we are proving you within this subject discipline. We in the sense always I'm taking the word we because we have a resource person, another resource person, Dr. Shan. So then with him we are developing the student for this module. Okay. So then you should have an idea regarding what you mean by the academic research. And then you should have an idea regarding different type of the academic research, how the manage, how the information and data theories are important for the research methodology subject. So what sort of a component in this in your dissertation? Likewise, we have some theoretical aspects to be discussed in the first lesson. Okay. Hope you all can see 4 images, right? Four images are there, right? First image is regarding some sort of a natural vibe. Giving some natural vibe, right? Second image is some totally scientific idea, right? So it's a lab, right? The lab assistants or the students, they are searching something. They are searching something. This is purely maths, like your searching. Hope you have studied about the scientific or the mathematics, statistics, mathematicians. And this side, some psychological signs are there. The individuals, the most of them with the black, yellow, orange, and then green color. There are some individuals actually. So these are the 4 disciplines in science. Sometimes you might heard. 4 disciplines, 4 areas in science. What are the 4 areas in science? Yeah. What are the 4 areas in science? What is this? Green color by dealing with the agricultural law, whatever the green plantation and green areas, agricultural side, we call it as a biological side, not agricultural, biological science. What is it? We call it as a with science. Yes, with science it is. Yes, that is a natural science. Natural science. Studying about the biological aspects. People. Studying about the individual. So the subjects coming under this, the individual's behavior, market behaviors, their attitudes and all coming under the which area? Social science. First one is the natural science, and then the studying about the individuals, the behaviors, that is social science. How the individuals are purchasing this, how the markets are growing like this, all these are coming under social science. Labs. Applied science. You apply, right? You learn theoretical things, and then at labs, lab assistants or the students are apply those things. Applied science. And then formal science, mathematician, the scientific formulations or the calculations, and then formulation of some formulas, doing those things coming under the, sometimes the computing and all, computer software development and the networking, all are coming under the formal science. Formal science. So these are the 4 branches of the science. So can anyone tell me, as a researcher, where we are coming from, we are management students or we are accounting students, and finance students. As a researcher, right, our subject disciplines are categorized under which area? Is that natural science? Is that applied science? Or is that formal science? Or is that social science? Yes, we are coming from belongs to social science, right? So as a researchers, we are social science researchers. Social researchers. We study how the market behaves, how the macroeconomic factors are impacting for the Sri Lankan growth, how the individuals, how the social media, social media is impacting for the individuals' buying behavior. How the SAN, how the SLFRS1 and SLFRS2 is impacting for the organizations, PLCs, the PLCs. Like this, we are studying about the behavior of the individuals, so market behaviors. So therefore, we are coming under social science, right? Social science. So this is here you can see some of the social science courses, right? Social science courses. Psychology, psychology, and then law, international relation, mass communication, political science, all are coming under the social science courses, right? So there we can identify there is a subject, there is a course named economics. Economics. Economics include several subjects. Economic discipline includes several subjects. Accounting, econ, especially econ, finance also coming under the economics subject course. And then tax, audit, all are economic related subjects. So therefore in social science, we are belongs to the economic courses which carries out our subject disciplines, accounting, economic, finance, and then audit, tax, and more. So this is how we link with the social science. Therefore, if anyone asks, if any the expert asks which industry or which science you are belongs to, it's none other than social science. We are social science researchers. So having an idea regarding your broader area regarding research, now we'll do a research on this, research in this social science discipline. So what do you mean by the research? So actually, if you see there, so there are 3 colors in this question. Black color, what is and then red color, RED, and then again blue color, that is search. So then by looking at this space also, you can identify what you mean by a research. There are 2 words. First one is with the red color, RED, and then search. Research. Again, and again, we are finding something, right? Researching or searching. If you forget about the research, RED, the word research, you just imagine about the search. Search. As a young researcher, you are searching something. Sometimes it might be search, it might be identifying another researcher. But doesn't matter. Same thing. You can again search because we are not depending on the already already identified conclusion. It might be changed because we are social science researchers. Time to time, and then the sample to sample or category to category, population to population, these answers or this conclusion, these findings might be changed. So therefore, what you need to do is you have to search it again. That's possible. So just for example, last year my research student did the research regarding for how forensic accounting knowledge for the individuals to identify the frauds and errors at the PLCs. Or else in PLCs. Okay. Now, this semester also my student, she has focused on chartered accountants. She had shared a questionnaire with the chartered accountants. And then she compared, she went to a capacities. Exactly. Research, like what I said was my student conducted research with the forensic accounting knowledge and then how it is impacting for the fraud detection or fraud prevention with the knowledge with the input of chartered accountants. Now this semester also same, not same student, another student doing the same research. But now in this time, he is targeting for the internal auditors, so the forensic account, forensic chartered accountants, chartered accountants who are engaged with the forensic practices, especially forensic practices. But previous student, she just focused on chartered accountants at PhD. Now this time the sample is different. So when my research student, when now the present research student, he gave me the research proposal, I never told them or told him, so you can't do this one. This has been conducted by previous my research student. I can give the opportunity as a supervisor. I have to give the opportunity for my students to search it again because previous conclusion might be different with this conclusion. And meanwhile, the sample also different because previously she targeted for the chartered accountants. Now, in this time, is targeting for the forensic chartered accountants. Chartered accountants engaged with the forensic analysis. Two different samples. Can't the results might be changed? definitely results might be different. Sometimes the same results might come at the end of the research. But doesn't matter. We have to search it again because there are a lot of issues in the accounting, taxing, auditing, in these sites to search. Several problems. There are several research questions to identify. There are several gaps in this work, the research work, management field, search. Can we identify a new issue? Emerging one? Sometimes we can't. So therefore, you can search, but another one has been already identified for search. But the conclusions might be different. So therefore, we can be searching. Scientific side, moving from the accounting side or the management side to scientific side, recently we have identified the treatment for cancers. How many times it has been done by several researchers? With the immediate scientists who have identified the treatment, never thought that, so this has been conducted by previous researchers, it's failed, why should I do? No, they search it again. How many years they have searched treatment for cancers? German, Netherlands, UK, USA, Sri Lanka, India, whatever the Japan, whatever the countries, the science-oriented students identified this issue, cancer, how to treat the cancers, the medicine for the cancers. Did these scientific students stop that? No. They search. Even the USA is searching the treatment. Japan also searching the treatments. Sri Lanka also searching the same thing. What is it called? This is research. Right? This is research. So then, by word itself also you can define research. Research is what? Research is again and again searching. Why should we search? Why should we search? To generate the new knowledge. Right? To generate a new knowledge, we have to do the research. Meanwhile, sometimes it might be not the new knowledge, but sometimes it might be expansion of the existing knowledge. That's why we are doing a research. Right? Sometimes we generate new knowledge or explore new knowledge, explore knowledge, existing knowledge. To do a research, we have to carefully or scientifically study about the one object. We have to carefully study regarding the one subject. By studying this subject carefully, we can generate new knowledge or we can expand the existing knowledge as a final result. This is what we call as a research. So here there are two definitions. First one is a careful study of the subject to discover new factors, exactly new knowledge or information about it. And the other one is creation of new knowledge or use of existing knowledge. Expansion of existing knowledge in a new and creative way to create the new concepts, new methodologies, and understand. We call this as a research, as we discussed. The nature of academic research. Right? So we are doing academic research. How can we identify academic research? Research, right? What I can do is, so now I am questionable why we have a lower amount of students in our lecture. We have around 60 students. So then I'm questionable on that one. So then I have shared a questionnaire with you and then ask the responses from you. and then I came to a conclusion. Is that a scientific research? Is that academic research? No, that's not academic research. There is a process of doing academic research. Again, the plastic number 1. So now I'm questionable why this has been created with the plastic number where they can't create the plastic number above 4 or 5, right? Then why I'm questioned. Can't they afford that kind of a plastic for 100 rupees? This is around 100 rupees. 70 rupees, 70 rupees. And then I'm questionable. I go there and I go to the company called the blah 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 company, and then I ask question and then I sort it out. I search something. So then is that a research? No, that's not research. So therefore, academic research is having some sort of characteristics than a normal research. So how it's become an academic research? Okay, we need systematic investigation. Academic research is what? Systematic investigation of a what? Of a problem. Of a problem. Where intended is to identify the facts and then opinions what exists in solving problem or depending on the situation. Right now. Academic science, academic research is the process of collecting and analyzing scientific or social data. Again, answer the question. Here also problem and situation. But this is sense. You should have, in academic research, you should have a researchable problem. Research in the sense, searching. Again and again, searching. But academic research in the sense, you should have a basic researchable question. You should have a researchable problem or researchable questions. For that researchable basic question, a sound question, there should be a sound question. For this sound question, you have to provide the scientific answers, scientific solutions. By providing these solutions, there should be expansion of existing knowledge, or else that solution should generate the new knowledge. That is what we call as academic research. Academic research. When we are doing this academic research, or when we are searching, when we are giving the solutions for this sound research question or research problem, there should be what? Systematic investigation. Systematic investigation. Very important. If you have the highlighters, highlight it. That is how the academic research different with the normal research. Systematic investigation includes 6 steps. First, identifying the problem. Second, we have lessons and we'll discuss in the research process, don't worry. And then second, you have to write the literature review, a comprehensive study, the comprehensive review chapters. Then second, you have to identify the methodologies and then collect the data and then run the analysis and then come with the conclusion, came up with the conclusions. 5 steps. Systematic investigation includes 5 steps. Once after you identify the problem there, apply these 5 steps and then come to a conclusion. Whereas we calling it as an academic research. I'm having the question now. I can come to the example. This bottle made with the one plastic, the plastic number 1. Unquestionable why they did create the bottle with the plastic type, fine. I had a question now. I got this company, ABC company, asked from them, and then I sort out my question. Did I apply 5 steps? No. Did I apply scientific approach? No. So then, searching about this bottle plastic type is a research, but that is not an academic research. But it doesn't include 5 steps. Now I will explain this with an example how we can identify the academic research. Okay. As you all can see here, there are 6 as a social science researchers in the economic disciplines. I have pinpointed here 6 disciplines which are relevant for you all to search about or select your research topics. First area is accounting research. Other one, you have the chance to select. You have the chance to do a research in accounting. Accounting in the sense financial accounting, and then financial reporting, and then corporate reporting. If you remember, I asked you to download the commencement presentation and save it. Why it is? If you can't identify the sub-areas in this mentioned 6 areas, you refer your curriculum. Curriculum might have included a snapshot of your curriculum for all the subjects. There you include first year semester financial accounting. Second year first semester you have financial reporting. Third year first semester you have corporate reporting. What these are? These are accounting subject disciplines. Sub-accounting segments coming under the accounting. So then if you are really interested in conceptual framework, what you can do, it's basically coming under the financial accounting subject. So then you can search. This semester you have corporate reporting, SLFRS 9, SLFRS 13, revenue 16, 15, likewise PB and all. So what you can do? You can search, and if you are really interested in fair value measurements, you can start a research on fair value measurements. So then we have accounting research. You have the chance to initiate your research in accounting discipline. Then we'll move to the auditing side, auditing research. Most of the students here working at the audit firms. I know it, Comain, WNS, Deloitte, KPMG, EY, BDO, whatever the audit top 10 audit firms as well as the non-audit firms as well. Audit field. What are the sub areas? You can search. No need to find. You just remember what you have learned during first year and second year. You had internal controls. Second year, first semester, you have internal the audit process and whatever. And then I can't remember the exact name of that subject. First year, second year, first semester, you have the internal audit and business process control or subject, and then second year, second semester, again you have the advanced audit law. That is auditing part basically. Other than that one, now you go to this in detail areas. Internal control related research. You can do it. Right? Audit planning research. You can do it. Audit opinion. You can do it. Audit the digital audit strategies. You can do it. Right? And then SLA USS standards, all auditing standards. You can do the research. Right? And then engagements. You have the research areas, right? We all these some areas are coming under the auditing or audit research. Right? If you are interested, you can select that area. Then taxation. Taxation. You have still you do not have a subject for the tax. You have the tax subject. Yes, second year, second semester, you had.
Yes, madam.
So you have third year, first semester, third year, second semester, you have the advanced taxation, very important subject. If you had the first subject, the individual taxation or just taxation?
Yes,
during first year. Okay, right. So then taxation, you can identify what are the areas, controlling system, revenue system, and then advanced S-band or the whatever the tax. We have a lot of individual tax, corporate tax, tax administration. Other way around, you have the chance to go to the corporate law as well in this tax, in the tax. You have the sub areas. You can search on that area. There are a lot of research topics. Finance area. Finance. Another subject discipline. Second year, first semester, you have business finance subject. Right? Fourth year, first semester, assets ledger, you have corporate finance. What are the sub areas coming under the finance? Financial markets. Financial market, Colombo Stock Exchange, primary market, secondary market, and then the interbank money market, all financial markets components, central bank regulations, and then monetary policies, all are coming under the financial. And then we have the chance to go with the other basic finance concept, called valuation. Valuation, you can touch. So again, in line with the SLFRs as well, valuation, business valuation. And then investor behavior, financial literacy, capital structure theories, dividend policies, digital financial strategies, investors psychology, investors behavior, all are coming under the corporate finance, right? Financial strategies, all are fintech. Right, all are coming under the financial research side. These are sub areas I'm discussing. Human resource management, you can touch. I just include HRM and then marketing management, but not that much relevant for our area, but I have included that. So HR in the sense, clean HR practices, recruitment, HR complaints, all are also coming under the HR, human resource management area. Sometimes workplace stress, right? Or incomes, you might have the pressure, balancing work life, right? So those are coming under the HR related research discipline. Another trending one is now. That's the environmental and sustainability research, a trending area in the implementation of the S1 and S2 climate and the disclosures regarding sustainable requirement, as well as the what you call now the world is moving towards now from the normal concept to the sustainability concept. In that initiation, we have a lot of sustainable research and environmental research. ESG, environmental disclosure, social governance and ESG disclosures, And then the sustainability disclosures, SLF, S1 and S2 implementations. And likewise, there are several areas coming under the environmental performance, coming under the environmental and sustainability research. So these are some of the areas that you can refer for your research. So start searching on these areas. Select one area and search in detail. එකක් තෝරගෙන ඒකේ sub area එකක් තෝරගෙන ඒ sub area එකකින් තව area එකක් තෝරගෙන පල්ලෙහාට කියලා තමයි area එක decide කරගන්න. So these are the some of research areas as well as I given you a comprehensive idea regarding sub-disciplines also. With that knowledge, we will again go to our main discussion. That's the scientific, how we can implement, how we can identify academic research. To identify academic research, I just can't take example by my own name. That's why I given I have included here several examples for the research areas. ඔයාලට රිසර්ච් කරන්න ගොඩාක් areas තියෙනවා කියන එකයි මම මේ සරලව කිව්වොත් කියන්නේ. tax වල audit, accounting, IFRS, accounting and IFRS උත් ගන්න පුළුවන්. accounting, sustainability, finance මේව ඔයාලගේ මේ ඩිග්‍රී එකේම තියෙන areas. මේ area එක තෝර ගන්නවා නම් තමයි ඔයාලගේ ඩිග්‍රී එකට validation එකක් තියෙන්නේ. We'll take a small example. Internal controls. You all know internal controls. Now this is, we'll take example. Anyone give me the name for this person? We'll take Vishal. Vishal, are you there? Vishal? Right. Vishal. Vishal, who is coming in this batch now? 18 students. Together? No. Sandali? Avisha? Avisha? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Asiri is there. No. What happened to Tisha? Asiri. So example, Disha. Now Disha is working at where? He is working
Mass
at
legato.
Amos.
No, mass legato, miss.
Legato. Okay. Right. Hear your voice, no? Where you were sleeping. Okay. Now, very good. La. Right. Last, they are maintaining internal controls. Now, recently, now is question. Now he is questionable how the internal control within the business is impacting for how internal controls impacting for how is questionable of how internal controls impacting for effectiveness of the business. He is having this question. So how now it's becoming academic research. Now we can't just ask from the CFO or CEO, why CFO, why Mr. CFO, you are this, even we have internal controls, effectiveness of this business is low. Why it is like that? Can you ask the question from the CFO or the whatever the manager, senior manager, CEOs? No, you can't do that. You can ask, but you can give the resignation then after that date. That's a separate case. But you can't do it now. We have to become in the scientific research. Strategically, you have to approach. Then, what you need to do it first, you have to create a research problem. Sorry, I don't have a pen in this class, so therefore I have to write it with my own finger. So therefore, my handwriting might be unclear, right? Create a problem. Identify the problem. After identifying the problem, you have to gather the background information. Background information. Background information. I'm not going to write scientific word here because that is a word, literary, but I'm not writing this one because it is a particular and they will need to update the information. කලින් රිසර්ච් තිබ්බද කලින් අයට මේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද ලාෆ් නම් ජෙල් ගෑස් වල ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද මේ හා සමානව තව කම්පැනිස් වල තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද you have to search these things right? You can't just go to the senior persons and ask a question and sort it out. Second stage, third stage, you have to decide how should we address this problem. How should I address this problem? මේ කොහොමද හදාගන්නේ? කොහොමද මේකට උත්තරයක් හොයාගන්නේ? මේකට කොහොමද data collect කරගන්නේ? කාගෙන්ද මම මේ ගැන අහන්නේ? බලන්න. Fourth step. data ටික collect කරගන්න. මම මේ ටික analyze කරන්න. මේ ටික කොහොමද අරයා මෙහෙම කිව්වා මෙයා මෙහෙම කිව්වා CFO මෙහෙම කිව්වා CFO question එක මෙහෙම fill කරා audit supervisors නම් මෙහෙම fill කරා audit associate නම් internal audit controls internal audit system එකේ internal auditors නම් මෙහෙම fill කරා then මම මේක කොහොමද analyze කරන්නේ how to analyze this data how to analyze this data I have to decide analyze the data. After you analyze, you have come up with the results. So then, results, how to interpret this result. So then you will receive the results. Results based on the result, how I can come to a conclusion. What should be my conclusion? Conclusion, and based on that one, how to give the solution for that, right? how to give the solution. What's my conclusion? What's Vishal's conclusion? And then how to give the solutions. Solutions. How to give the solutions to La. After giving the solutions, after giving the correct solution, now what happened to the shark? Even he has started with this research with the questionable, now he is having the good mindset, right? The red color Disha started this research on today is 25th April 2026 with a bad mindset, with a questionable mindset, not bad attitude, with a questionable mindset. Whereas when he's completing this 5 steps during 6 months, sometimes it might be 1 year, sometimes it might be 3 months. At the end, he is becoming a whole person. Why? Now he has solution for his problem. What you call as the problem is how the internal control system implemented within the lab, making the effectiveness of the or else impacting for the effectiveness of the business management practices. Now he is having solution. So therefore he is having an extra reaction as well. Okay, right? So the what this is good. This is the scientific research, right? What if Vishal, once he identify this internal issue, effectiveness of the internal controls issue in 2026, April 25th, and tomorrow or else Monday, if he is asking that problem with the CFO or CEO, internal audit department manager, and then having the answers, having sorted it down, or else having answers, having the answers, or having solutions, or having their perception, that is coming with the conclusion based on their perception on Monday, and having the conclusion on that one is not a scientific research because he just collected the answers from some small amount of individuals and come to a conclusion. That is not a research, right? That's a research, but that is not actual academic research. How it becoming academic research, they have to follow these 5 steps. We call this as what? Systematic investigation. Right? These all are what? This all yellow colored area include what? Systematic investigation. Systematic investigation where it's becoming now what kind of a research? Now this is a which research become? This is an academic research. Academic. Okay, hope it is clear. Okay, we have a 10 minutes break and come this online for enough for you. So you can draw this one and you can write this one. And then you have a 10 minutes break and come at 9:40.
அந்த தண்ணிங்க ஐஸா மாமா அப்போ அந்த ஐஸ் மாமா அது கூட
That now after the break. Hope you all can hear me. So why research is important for the student as well as okay. See the slide. Why research is important for the students. And the other slide is regarding about the research and management. Both two images or two slides are related. Why should we learn research methodology or why should we learn about research as students? Yes. As students, why should we learn about research? What's your idea? What's your new ideas? Just tell me. Why should we study about research? What's your idea? Why should we focus on research methodology subject? I'm just thinking. So you have to learn about corporate reporting in this semester. Why the first one is have to pass, otherwise you won't be able to get the degree. That's separate things. And the other one verification. You won't learn. You are working in this accounting field. Most of you are working in accounting or tax auditing field. So then to become an expert in this industry, you should have knowledge regarding this big 4 subjects. Once you becoming a chartered accountant, you have to practice how they sell FRS 9 is applied in the business valuation. How is it FRS 30? Whatever it teaches the applied in the organizational context to handle their transaction data. You have to learn those things. But the thing is, the practical application is there. So then you are selling another separate subject, the whole research methodology. This subject is heavy. Rocket science is heavy subject. Research method. Nothing new. Technical terms are new, but practically, so you are daily doing this method, so it's very familiar with this subject if you are working on subject. Then why should we learn about these methodologies, methods, designs, approaches, right? As I told you previously, you are trying to become a chartered accountant or whatever level managers. So once you are becoming managers, and once you go to that position, you have to daily deal with the individuals. You have to manage individuals. Other than the management of the individuals, sometimes you have to identify the issues. Recurring issues. You might face recurring issues at your departments, at your branch divisions. So as a researcher, as a manager, right? Actually, as a manager, you should have a researchable skills. Always you should look at a problem in the questionable mindset. So is this a problem? Is this a researchable problem? So then this is happening again and again. So we have to give some solution. This problem is happening again and again. We have to give the solution as a manager. You have to. So then you should have the research knowledge. Otherwise, how you can deal with this problem at your workplaces as a manager? Can't do it. Once after you identify this one, this is not just a problem, this is a researchable problem based on your research methodological knowledge. You have to direct that researchable problem at your workplace to the R&D department, research and development department. Or else if you want to handle that one with your the subordinators or co-workers, you can do a research and find the answers. Just for example, if the employees are always unhappy, they are not satisfied. So with the salary increments or benefit provided by the company, you have to arrange it as a manager. Your body team is always not satisfied with the salary increments given by you or the company. Now, as a manager, you are really questionable. Why these guys are not working properly? They are always unhappy. What this is happening? Have to search on those. Therefore, the research methodology subject is not giving theoretical aspects. It's developing research skills of the students. Actually, not the research methodology subjects, all the disciplines are research methodology. We are studying here research is important for the students. And then how the research is important with the manager's role. So, as per our curriculum, whatever the basic curriculum as well, general and ideas of the other issues as well. So, in government universities as well as the other private institutes, the public as well as the other non-state universities, almost all these curriculums are having 3 subjects regarding research. First one is giving the methodology, and the second one teaching the statistics of the statistic part of the research, and then application. Look at there how this discipline is growing the students, giving the theoretical knowledge and then the analytical skills, and then the 4th year. So at the last years of the students program, they have to practically do it. 6 credits. Application is there. That means we take the word applied. Our degree program is having a call in a title called applied to. Now they look at their research is, we teach research and then it's applied. Why this is applied? This is applied because you all are trying to become the managers in something. Research methodological knowledge as well as the research methodological or the curiosity mindset, and then skills, searching skills. Curiosity mindset, sometimes the presentation. You will feel these things in 4th year, 2nd semester. Right? Do the presentations. You have to deal with the top level managers when you are collecting the question, collecting the data for research. Right? Networking skills, communication skills, presentation skills, curiosity mindset, the analytical skills, data set, analytical skill. Right? All are developed by which module? This research methodology module. The students learning this research in the sense is developing several set of skills, knowledge components. Skills, knowledge, and competencies. While this is you are becoming a manager. This is essential since you are becoming a manager in some department, something else. The analytical mindset, the networking capacities, the theoretical knowledge that you have learned during this module, you have to practically apply it in workplaces to identify the problem and mitigate that problem by giving the proper solutions for them. If you do not have a proper idea, if you do not have a proper theoretical knowledge or proper skills to handle those things, you can direct those things by identifying the problems as a researchable problem. You can direct as a manager to this problem to the R&D department to give a proper solution with the scientific way. That's why research is important to develop the student knowledge sets, not only the knowledge, analytical abilities, networking, communications, presentation and all, right? And then the student critical thinking, to give the students critical thinking. Research is important, unlike the theoretical subject. Sometimes you learn theoretical subject, but practical application is zero. There are some subjects like that. But research is not like that. Even you are in the research methodology subject, the learning about theoretical concepts, you have to search. You might feel that, so are there any softwares or are there any websites which gives us the knowledge expansion capacity when we are dealing with some sort of the literature review, some literature review lesson. There are a lot of websites there rather than like AI, the ChatGPT, Gemini, not like that. Those are also good inputs for the students. Pretty sure I'm accepting that, but of course, certain extent. But not like that. There are several scientific ways of searching the information. So then you have to have that practice in this research methodology subject. So the methodological practice that you apply, the knowledge that you are gaining here, you have to practically apply. That's why we have incorporated the module called research methodology in every curriculum, not only the management curriculum, in every curriculum, even non-state or state universities. Okay, now we come to some sort of a theoretical part, but it is type of research, right? The type of research can be identified based on three types. First one is based on the application, how we apply those things. And then second one, based on the objective of the researcher, what sort of objectives, what sort of aims, and then based on that aim, there are four research types, and then the other one, mode of inquiry, the way how we are gathering the information. Accordingly, we can identify two types of research. Okay. First one is based on the application. Application means the way that we are using, right? How we apply, how we approach, how we use. Based on that one, every research, all the research in this world can be divided into two categories, right? What those two categories are, you all can see here, two pictures with the same person, two pictures. The first picture is thinking about the formulas and the second picture is thinking about the rocket science, right? Rocket science. So then you can identify basic and application as name implies. Basic and application. Now we'll go to a conceptual image identification. Conceptual framework. Conceptual framework in accounting. Conceptual framework in accounting. Tell me, when PLC is preparing marketing, PLC is preparing the financial statement, PLCs. They have use of this conceptual way. They have to use this conceptual way, isn't it? They have to. Right? Tell me, is there a difference between application of the huge differences? Slight differences might be. You know the conceptual framework include basically the how many areas? Accounting elements and then the accounting components and then asset recognition. There are some essential components which are based for the preparation of financial statements. And then ethical considerations are there. When the company is preparing this financial statement, especially PLCs, are there any changes in the application of the conceptual framework in manufacturing industry and then hotel industry? Are there any changes? Can anyone tell me who is working at audit firms? Are there any those differences of the application of the conceptual framework? So, like accounting students, so that's why I'm asking. Are there any differences? Right? Are there any differences in application of the conceptual framework into the manufacturing industry PLCs with the hotel PLCs? Yes, tell me. Leo? Schema is working at K1 is not working at audit firm. Agamini is working at audit firm. Kavisha is working at K-Mas. Audit sector. Is anyone who is working at audit sector? Yes, tell me, Hassan. Are there any changes in the application of this conceptual framework? Conceptual framework එකේ companies වල ගන්නකොට එක එක විදිහට වෙනස් වෙනවද? Yes. Yes. No answers. Yeah, a lot of students who are working in audit sector, yes, tell me. වෙනස් වෙනවද නැද්ද? තමයි වෙනස් වෙනවද නැද්ද? උත්තරයක් නෑ නේ. Not very, no any huge changes. Like most of the companies who are preparing the financial statement have taken the help of the consulting trade. That's providing a general understanding. There might be a person who develop this, or there might be researchers who provide the base for the development of this conceptual framework in accounting. So you all can identify this is providing in the accounting perspective, right? So I'm taking always the accounting example for you to understand this concept. In accounting side, all the companies, sometimes PSCs, private limited companies, have to take the help of the conceptual framework in preparation of financial statements. Knowing general, knowing changes, right? That means provide universal idea, even it is in the Sri Lankan context and then in the Indian context or the other countries, they have to use this basic general principle provided by the accounting or the conceptual framework. Universal. Right? The application is universal. Every company, or else whatever the country, right? They have to use this conceptual framework. But here there are three images. Right? Three images. First image is company. Let's take this is ABC company. ABC company. Employees are unsatisfied. Move like this. Move like this. As a manager now, you have to find why the employees in this company are unsatisfied, are dissatisfied, are unhappy. Why this is? You have to find the you have to come to a conclusion based on their behavior. You have to find the answer for this specific problem. This is a specific problem. Specific problem. And then, who is this? Who is this? Can anyone tell me who is this? Who found that? Thomas Alva Edison. Oh, Alexander Graham Bell. Yes.
Galileo Galileo.
Galileo Galilei found that way. But science tika pula hotan anything. Galileo Galilei. Thomas Alva Edison found the. But how many times he failed? How many times?
99.
99. Right? That means search how many times? 100 times. At the 100th time, he gets successful. Right? With the bar. So what's that kind of a research? It has been practically applied by Thomas Alva Edison. Right? A solution. Came to a solution. Practical. Then cancer treatment recently. Right? Recently. We have come up with the treatments, we have identified some mistakes for the cancer diseases. What sort of a thing? How many times, just imagine how many times most of the countries are finding the solution for these cancers, finding the medicine for the cancers. Practical. So they are practical is finding the answers. Finding the answers for the problems. Finding the solution for the problem. All these three images are showing us which sort of application. Practical application. Finding the answers for us. We call this type of research as which research, right? Applied research. Applied research. But the example conceptual framework, what sort of a research? That is a basic research, right? Providing the universal answers. By conducting that sort of a research, the researchers will be able to give a which kind of answers? General answers, universal answers. No practical actions, no any lab practicals, no any the scientific practices, no any just developing models, just developing theories, statistical models, mathematical models, and give the exploration regarding existing knowledge or the new knowledge. We call that one as a basic research. Basic research. Most of the theoretical research, right? Sometimes recently we have developed this one and S2. But sort of a research, we can categorize it into basic research. No practical application, but finding solution for something specific practical application. Giving general idea regarding or else giving some sort of ideas regarding the climate changes and then the sustainable resources, right? We call it sustainable resources. And then standards, auditing standards, and then all the other accounting standards providing the general application of all companies, all of the industries. So then those are basic type of activities, right? Then other one that is entirely different with the basic. That's applied research. Applied application is there, or else finding a solution for an existing problem. Entirely the practical, right? Entirely practical sort of a research. We have to go to the labs. We have to take the help of the laboratories, and then you have to do the scientific experiments. And then when we are doing the cancer treatment, when you are finding the medicine for the cancer treatment, you have to do it practically. Right? And then the finding solutions, the cancer treatments, cancer medicine can be applied for the no, you can't. That's the experiment now. Solution is limited now. Limited. And definitely development of technologies and techniques. You have to associate. When we are dealing with applied research, you have to deal with the technologies, emerging technologies. Otherwise, you can't find solutions. Right? Recent example, Middle East war. And when Iran is finding the missiles for some sort of the missiles introduced by the US. US attacked the Iran, and then what happened? Iran is finding another technology to other solution for that attack. Likewise, this is how the war is developing in the two countries or whatever the countries. Right. So likewise, what happened? Application means in the sense, applied research presents doing practical research for the existing problem, but basic research in the sense developing theories, models, and doing the research to develop theories and basic knowledge or explore and new knowledge, scientific knowledge. All right. So we'll move to the next type of category. That's the based on mode of inquiry, right? Mode of inquiry. Mode of inquiry. Based on the mode of inquiry, inquiry in the sense, what do you mean by inquiry? You also might face for the exam inquiry. That is when you face the exam. The SAP inquiries, which inquiries? Examination inquiries. Inquiry. What happened at the examination inquiry? What happened in the examination inquiry now? You committed some fraud or fraudulent activity, or sometimes it might be mistake. Most of the students who are doing who are committing the fraudulent activities at the examination, that's a mistake. Right? They can't remember. They can't remember very well. So then, anyhow, as a reason that you came down the board, right? There are 5 members. Like chief supervisor is there, the person who is identified or who captured that the fraudulent activities there, and then director might be there, and then examination committee member, violation committee member is there, the registrar might be there. And around 6-7 members might be there. Now they are asking, what did you do? Then again they are asking the question, right? Again, one is asking the question, so then director is asking the question from the invigilator or supervisor, how did this happen? And then director again turn into your side asking the question, and likewise, inquiry, mode of the inquiry. Likewise, what you can do is, in research also, we can divide the entire research into 2 categories based on the mode of inquiry. First one is qualitative, quantitative. Now we received 4 new words. First one is basic research and applied research. Other one, most of the cases, basic and applied research word usage is less in our context, but this is highly usable word. Very important, qualitative research and quantitative research. Always I'm asking, are you a quantitative researcher or are you a qualitative researcher? Right? This is happening based on which one? Mode of inquiry. Now you can remember the example of, if you can't remember the research type of based on mode of inquiry, you just remember about the examination inquiry. කරන විදිය අනුව රිසර්ච් කරන විදිය අනුව රිසර්ච් එකේ ඉන්පයර් කරන විදිය අනුව data gather කරගන්න විදිය අනුව රිසර්ච් එකකට කරනවා qualitative quantitative කියලා මේක හරිම critical application එකක් වෙනද highly useful in our management discipline in social science. What is the first one? That's again I'm looking at essay in the India. Essay Association of Accounting Federation of Foundation India and 2017 it was extracted from internet regarding what she is doing. Can anyone tell me what she is doing? The first image is about what? What she is doing? The first image. There are two images, right? First image, and then the second image. Let's if she is Kamisha. What Kamisha is doing? She is coming from the essay. Nara 2017. What she is doing with that? What you can see there? What the Kamisha karani? Leo? Can Leo tell me what Kamisha is doing? Other name is Deepa. Lily. Lily, why are you there? We have Siobhan also. 18-day weekday and children 18-day weekend, Siobhan. Yes, can you tell me what they are doing? I spent 2 minutes to identify. I asked to get the answer by what they are doing. Spent 2 minutes. Still no one needs me. The dark side of the online. You all open the recordings or log into the session and find somewhere else. It doesn't matter if you have the recording. I don't know if you have my books recording. I don't know if the recording or not. Okay, this is Kavisha. I was unable to identify them, capture the pictures of sad students. Otherwise, I will include that image also sad campus students. So therefore, I just able to identify the image. That's why I include it. Is what she's doing is she's asking some questions. She is having some sort of a discussion with this lady. She is holding her daughter's bag, very innocent. They look at the very innocent. And the student is there. Sometimes the student might be at the university right now because it is 2017. The 10 years back image, she is growing. She might go in the student. They are taking some other campus again. The lady can in a way to the current Prashna. Prashna. Amma bag at Yagan to the country. And Prashna to the it's a modern feedback. Right? Asking the questions, having an interview. The technical verb is interview. Taking the interview, so this is the village lady. So as I read the article, this is regarding financial literacy of this village, the individuals, rural area. So that's the research that they have conducted. So now the girl Kavisha, just imagine she's a Kavisha, this image girl. Kavisha is having the interview with this lady. Okay, this is entirely different. Second image is totally different. Totally different. But the core is same. This is in a village, right? The rural area, and this is in CA auditorium. Right? CA auditorium. Rural area to CA auditorium. He is a professional. I don't want to take and then two individuals. Right? These two individuals, he is coming from Colombo Stock Exchange, the research and development, the commission or something else. A very reputed person in Colombo Stock Exchange, and she is a young entrepreneur scientist. So the middle lady, what she is doing, she is holding the mic and then list of the. You can see here, there is a question list. We can't see the question, but I can see that is what, that's a question list. The middle lady holding the mic, she is asking the questions, she is having the interview with these two individuals to gather the information. Even these two images showing to the context. The core is similar. They are conducting an interview to gather the information. That's their mode of inquiry interviews. Sometimes it might be the other the first picture, the person next to this university student sometimes might be observing. Observation might be there. Interviews might be there. Right? But these are the way of the conduct, way of gathering the data. Second image. Right, now we go to the next slide. Anyone tell me what is this about? I told you this is regarding the financial literacy research, right? Financial literacy research. Question number 32. What's it regards? දිගුකාලීන මුදල් අවශ්‍යතාවයක් සපුරා ගන්නේ කෙසේද? 1. මුදල් ආයතනයකින් 2. දේපළ විකිණීමෙන් 3. උපස් ඇවිදින් 4 වෙනක්. ධෛර්යපාදයට පස්කම් ගැන දන්නවද? ඔව් නැත. Question number 34. බැංකු අයියාවක් යනු ජංගම ගිණුමේ මුදලට වඩා වැඩි අගයක Second option and then third option right? What is this? Questionnaire. Right? Questionnaire. Again, this university student sharing a questionnaire with these school students, right? Students to gather the information. Now, here what is questionnaire? Sharing questionnaire. Mode of inquiry. Previous one interview and this one questionnaire. Right? Once after you collected the information via questionnaire, you will receive the numbers or numerical data. Numerical data. Once after you receive this numerical data, as a researcher, you have the ability to put this numerical data into the software and analyze and come to a conclusion. We call this type of a research as which research? Quantitative research. This is quantitative. Quantitative research. Sharing the questionnaire, gather the data, and then which pile up a data, numerical data. By taking the numerical data, you did the analysis and you come to a conclusion. We call it as a which research? Quantitative research. Quantitative research. We research our experience research then research research fourth year, second semester. Excellent. Experience I think research. The other one, we move to the first slide. Mode of inquiry interview. Why collect interview? If just think it, if this Havisha, university lady asks a question, like this in Sinhala, where home the අපට තේරෙන දේ අහන්න බෑ. ඔයා කොහොමද මනි මැනේජ් කරන්නේ කියලා. මොකද එයාට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ තේරෙන්නේ. ඔයා කොහොමද මුදල් කළමනාකරණය කරන්නේ? තමයි එයාට මුදල් කළමනාකරණය කියන එක තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි එයා ඇත්තට මුදල් කළමනාකරණය කරනවා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හොඳටම මුදල් කළමනාකරණය කරනවා වෙනවා. හැබැයි එයාට ඒ ටර්ම්ස් ගැන අවබෝධයක් නැහැ. ඔයා කොහොමද ගෙදර සල්ලි පරිහරණය කරන්න වගේ පොඩිම වචනයක් කොහොමද සරලම වචනයක් ගන්නකොට ගන්න එතකොට යන් කිය හැට මුදල් ගන්න කිව්වොත් දාන්න බෑ. ඒතර ඒ අම්මා දෙන උත්තරේ දෙන්නේ කොහොමද? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපිට මේ මම නෝන මහත්තයා මේ අපේ මහත්තයාගේ මැදට සල්ලි ටික මේ විදියට දෙනවා ධර්මයට දීලා කරනවා මම පොලට යනවා. එහෙම යාර දෙන ආන්සර්ස් මොනවද? numerical answers ද? ඒගොල්ලෝ දෙන ආන්සර්ස් මොනවද? comprehensive answers. We can't insert those comprehensive answers, the explanation into the software. While conducting an interview, after conducting the interview, the researcher will be able to gather not the numerical data, but the comprehensive explanation is research. Analyzing those comprehensive explanations, they are needs, they are persons. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ හැඟීම් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ අදහස් ඒගොල්ලන් හිතන විදිහ තමයි මේ දෙන්නේ. හොඳ එක්සැම්පල් එකක් මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඒ අම්මා යා දන්න විදිහට තමයි මේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් ස්ට්‍රීම් එකට අප මෙයාලා දන්න විදිහට තමයි උත්තර දෙන්නේ. යාලා එක්ස්ප්ලනේෂන් එකක් දෙන්නේ නේ. එයාලගේ හිතන විදිහ ගැන. එයාලා මේක ගැන දන්න විදිහ ගැන. ඒව දාන්න බෑ අපිට software වල. We can't insert those beliefs. Sometimes it might be values. Values, perceptions, beliefs, thoughts, explanations. We can't insert. You have to handle those things as a researcher. We call that handling values, beliefs, thoughts, perceptions, the ideas in research, those are qualitative research. Qualitative. You can do one, you can qualitative, you can. Qualitative research. Hope it is very clear. Quantitative versus qualitative. Quantitative in the sense gathering the numbers and putting into analysis, right? Putting into analysis software and come with the technical analysis and interpret it, come to a conclusion. Highly technical, highly mathematical. There are a lot of mathematical models and then statistical model can be applied into the quantitative research. Whereas qualitative research, most of the time mode of inquiry is having interviews and then observations for the quantitative research. And by doing that by applying this mode of inquiry, most of the time the researcher will be able to have the comprehensive ideas from this research audience. Those comprehensive ideas can be categorized into perception, beliefs, and etc. Analyzing those things by the researcher enable us to make that research as a qualitative research. Right? That's the difference between qualitative versus quantitative research. You will given the explanation regarding qualitative versus quantitative here. Last classification that's based on the mode of inquiry. Based on the research objectives. Based on researchers' objective, there can be four research. But these four researches are descriptive studies, correlational studies, and then explanatory research, and then explorative research. Two similar work. The sounds are similar, explanatory and explanatory, right? Explorative. And then one sound is when sound is similar, the meanings behind that are different. We first deal with the descriptive research. Why the descriptive? Now, again, another classification. These are classifications. Descriptive studies or descriptive research in the sense, sometimes researchers are doing the research to identify or demonstrate the characteristics of the population. And I will explain it with example. Just even think you are conducting a research to identify how various demographic groups react to a certain product or services. And for example, we'll take the example product. Product. Right. If it is a meat, introduce a new food with the ingredients of wheat and food. Now, various demographics. Now, Hemas is conducting a research how these various demographics, Sinhala, Hindu, Muslim, Tamil, Burger, various demographics react for this beer product. And what sort of a study? That is a descriptive research. While the researcher is doing that one, they want to identify the behavior of or else they want to describe the characteristics of this population, how they behave. Right? We call it as a descriptive research. There might be some descriptive research. You also can do a descriptive research. The other one, exploratory research. Exploratory research. Why we are doing exploratory research? Because there is a little knowledge available in that area. Little information is available. Okay, little information is available in that area. That's why we are doing exploratory research. Explore the information or knowledge in that subject area. That's why we are doing that investigation as research. In COVID-19, best example, in COVID-19, right? In COVID-19 period, that was a critical incident for the world. Even Sri Lanka as well as international, because we didn't have that kind of a pandemic then. Then how the global economy is impacting, or how the global economy is impacted by COVID-19 is a researchable area in that era, because there were no research regarding COVID-19. Little knowledge, little information regarding or the information on that disaster or that kind of disasters, right? If the researcher is doing a research to explore knowledge, where the little knowledge is available, we call it as a exploratory research. Exploratory research. But there are some individuals as researchers, they want to identify just the relationship between two subjects. Just the relationship between two subjects. So then we call it as which one? Correlational research. There are some researchers who want to identify the relationship between, association between, impact in between two individuals or more than two. We call it as a correlational research. For example, just take it if the researcher wants to analyze the relationship between dividend policy and firm financial value, or its capital structure and then the firm value. You all know, when the company is changing their capital structure, debt amount or else the capital amount, it's directly impacting for the firm value. The firm value increase or decrease. So then I again want to analyze this scenario. Is it real happening in the Sri Lanka? Is this happening in the manufacturing? So what I can do? I can do a research, which is coming under the correlational research. Correlational research. Again, relationship between earnings and savings. Why there is a difference? Why we can't save all the earnings? There is a difference. Or is what sort of relationship in between the savings and earnings? We have to find. Right? We call it as a correlational research. Last one, explanatory research. Explain. Previous one, explore. Now this is explanatory research. Why we are doing the explanatory research? Look at here, highlight. If there are no any information or there is no any method developed to investigate that phenomena, or else the study that explained properly, there is no information available in this area. Right? Not little. No. Explain in the sense little information available. But explain in the sense no information available, no any methods, no any investigation methods, no any models developed by previous research in this area. Then you have to do what kind of a research? Now, explanatory research. Explanatory research. For example, most of the explanatory research are coming in this business world or in the social science, the research discipline. So most of the research, explanatory research most of the explanatory research are conducted by the market-oriented individuals or market research, because when we are introducing a new product or when we are introducing new the market strategies, the companies want to have the idea regarding how it is happening effectively at the market, or how the market product is going on in the market, how this innovation has been captured by our audience, our customers, and likewise. So therefore, the best example that I have taken here, the business might ask why the customers aren't buying their product, or how the certain how they can improve their sales process. For example for here the product, right? The product we'll take example our for Leo. Right? Amos introduced a Leo toothpaste. Leo toothpaste. Now, Amos introduced Leo toothpaste in this January. Now, 2 quarters to first quarter ended with the March, and now within this first quarter, Leo toothpaste reported a high sales with compared to Signet. Leo, are you there? Not there, no? What happened? Reported the high sales. Now, Amos team, marketing team, now question why. Why this Leo product is having a high sales with compared to Signals or other. What they have, is that conducted by other researchers previously? No, no information. No investigations previously regarding Leo, because that's a new product. Then what happened? Amos conducted a research on searching about the causes for high sales of this Leo toothpaste, which is called as what? Exploratory research, because no information available. We call it as, if we are conducting that kind of an area, we call it as that is exploratory. If you, the researcher, want to identify the relationship between association between two individuals or more than two, that's coming under correlational research. And then exploratory in the sense, there is little information available regarding that area. We want, as a researcher, if we want to again further elaborate those things, we call it as a exploratory type of research. First one is descriptive research. The researcher want to describe the population characteristics of that area. Theory and information we'll discuss in next week. Right now, you all can go, give me 2 minutes. Now, you all can go to an LMS. Give your LMS page regarding the research methodology. Doctor can see repeat number one, introduction to research. After these 2 videos, you can download your lecture material here and there is the Excel sheet, right? I will give that Excel sheet. Excel sheet. This is your activity number 1. It's not a portfolio activity, it's not continuous assignment activity, right? Here there are 172 research topics. 172 research topics. Research topic is there, and then in front of that one, research area is there. What your task is, you have to read this 169 research topics, and according to your perceptions, right? According to your perception, you have to type the research area here. Do it individually. There are how many research areas? Accounting, audit, tax, finance, sustainability, ERP. 6 sites are there. Right? Accounting, audit, tax, finance, sustainability, ERP. You have, by reading the research topic, you have to enter the research area. Right? Do this for 169 research topics and upload it to the LMS as well as the given deadline. Right? Next week you do not have the lectures for this subject, and then you have the outputs and value. Sorry, as well, instead of the third mean, then and the other way around, you do not have lectures on next Saturday as study to go. The holidays, so then you can do this activity for Friday, right? And upload once after you fill this Excel sheet, upload it the elements, right? Clearly read the research topics. Right? There is a reason why I am giving this database to you. This is an actually database for you to explore your ideas regarding your research interests. Make any purpose research topics make a book, make a count. Standardized research topics. Like yeah.
Hello, madam.
Yes, that. Yeah.
Good morning, madam. Madam, may I know whether it comes under the assignment, weekly assignment?
No, not weekly assignment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not continuous assignment. And this is not a continuous assignment as well as continuous assignment in the sense as continuous assignments we have portfolio activities. This is not coming under the portfolio activities. This is just an activity for you all to have the knowledge regarding research topics and research area that you want to start your research with. Right?
Okay.
So therefore, it is not a continuous assignment. I'm not putting continuous assignment for the first week or two. It's just an activity for you to have ideas as well as explore your knowledge regarding your accounting in your research areas, because we are social science, especially coming under the accounting discipline. So therefore, you should have an idea regarding your area research topic. What sort of things there? Otherwise, we make a pradhanam dekana research topic ka koana සතියක් දෙකක් යනකොට රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකක් වань තියෙනවා අපිට. ඕක තමයි ප්‍රශ්නේ. ඇත්තටම දෙන්නත් තමයි පොත් එකේ රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකක් නැත්නම් EA කියන සබ්ජෙක්ට් කරන්නේ නැත්නම්. අනිත් අසයින්මන්ට්ස් වගේ නෙවෙයි. මේක කන්ටිනියස් අසයින්මන්ට්. ගෲප් අසයින්මන්ට්ස් වගේ නෙවෙයි. නෝ ගෲප්ස් ඇක්ටිවිටි. තමන් තනියම තමන්ට ගැලපෙන තමන්ගේ ඒරියා එකට ගැලපෙන හොඳ කරන්න පුළුවන් රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකක් තෝරන්න. ඒක අපි ගයිඩ් කරනවා. ඒතර සබෙක් කියනවා අපි ගයිඩ් කරනවා. දැන් අපිට රිසර්ච් ටොපික්ස් හොයලා දෙන්න බෑ. ඉස්මණ රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකක් දෙන්න මේක හොඳයි කියොත් ඒකට කියන්න බෑ. තමන් කරන්න ඕන තන්පඩක්. අපි ළමයි ගොඩක් කලාවට කියන රිසර්ච් ළමයි කියන නැත්නම් මිස් මේකේ තමයි තමන් තනියට හරියට වැඩක් කරන්නේ. තනියට අසයින්මන්ට්ස් ඔක්කොම තනියට. performance, individual performance is high. ඇත්ත දෙකක research topics නේ. ඒවට කියවන්න. එතකොට තේරෙන මොනවාද මේ topics මොනවාද අපිට කියන හොයන්න තියෙන්නේ. research topic එක කරන්නේ තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ නේද? අපි දැන් මෙතන හැමවක් කියනවා. දෙකක් අයින් කරපුවාම devices එකක් අයින් කරපුවාම 87ක් කියනවා. මේ 67වත් මේ වැඩේ හරියට කරනවා නම් for the knowledge research. Okay. Any questions to be asked? If there are more, if I'm giving the portfolio activities and LMS submissions regarding portfolio submissions, the assignment submission link specially includes portfolio 1, portfolio 3, and likewise with the titles. Right? If you go to the LMS here, right? Just it's not mentioning as a portfolio, that means it's just an activity, and then just it as a upload the Excel sheet for that number 1. So therefore, after completed that activity number 1, you have to upload that one to the here given week. Right? And for when you are coming to the next week, not next week, after the next week, please bring your laptops because I'm starting the research process. Therefore, please bring your laptop for the lectures. Right?